Australian Television Network and associated stations presents The Bert Newton Show!
How do you do? Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. And welcome to the show. Lovely to have your company on this Thursday afternoon. We love celebrating birthdays here on the 7 Network, and one of our boys is celebrating his birthday today. We've spared no expense to wish on the boom. There you see him, Scott Finlay, and it's... Yeah. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Scott. Happy birthday to you. There you go. And that's yours to keep. Next year, when we're in double figures, it'll be a bigger cake. Okay? And there's a nice bottle of champagne, which is the real present for him. Very happy birthday to you, Scott. There you go, Scott Finlay. Oh, perhaps maybe the great Bert. Great Bert, how are you? Come over. Come over. Any special message for Scott on his birthday?
Happy birthday.
Oh, isn't that lovely? You did it with such grace, too. You fitting well?
Yeah.
Good.
You?
Yes. Enjoying the show?
Enjoying
the show so far?
No.
Good on you. Okay, right. There's the great Bert. Developing a cult following is the great Bert. There aren't too many compeers, you know, really, at base, who are willing to introduce someone who wants to be the next them, or who has been billed as the next them. Mark Christian, who's a very, very popular boy and very lovely singer. Have a look at this cutting. That's a much younger Mark Christian. Another Bert. Now, I'm not too sure what you... Whoa! How long ago was that, Mark? When you were 10, yeah. Which is how long ago?
10 years.
10 years? Oh, you're 20, are you? Oh, good 21. On you. And did you really want to be another Bert?
Well, I think that was just something that somebody labelled me. I'm not sure whether it had anything to do with my figure at that stage or whether they were actually referring to my talent.
Okay. Our first guest for today's show is Senator Janine Haynes, who... Mark actually hasn't become another Bert. It's rather nice to see things have worked out for him. He's got a Butte song for you today, Corner of the Sky, which, of course, comes from St. Joseph and his multicoloured trench coat, or whatever it is. Yes. Pardon? What's it from? Pippin. You're out too. From Pip... Not South Pacific John. Let's get some order here. Mark Christian sings from... The Sound of Music. Here's a Butte song, Corner of the Sky from Pippin.
Everything has its season, everything has its time. Show me a reason, I will soon show you a rhyme. Cats fit on the windowsill, children fit in the snow. Why is it that I don't fit in anywhere I go? Belong where they can run more. Eagles belong where they can fly. I got to be where my spirit can run free. Gotta find my corner of the sky. Every man has his daydreams, every man has his goal. People like the way dreams have of sticking to the soul. Rain comes after thunder, winter comes after fall. Sometimes I think I'm not after anything at all. Rivers belong where they can ramble. Eagles belong where they can fly. I got to be where my spirit can run free. Gotta find my corner of the sky. Morning, you'll waken to find me gone. Far away, you'll hear me singing right up to the dawn. You wonder if I'm happy there, a little more than I've been. The answer will come back to you like laughter on the wind. Rivers belong where they can ramble. Eagles belong where they can fly. I got to be where my spirit can run free. Gotta find my corner of the sky. Rivers belong where they can ramble. Eagles belong where they can fly. I got to be where my spirit can run free. Gotta find my corner of the sky. Of the sky. Of the sky.
Yeah. Now, there's nothing to do with him being another Bert. He is the first Mark Christian. I must say, that's the great thing about doing a show like this, to have the opportunity of introducing good young talent like that. Good luck to you, Mark Christian, with Corner of the Sky from Salad Days. Much of what has been said and written about Janine Haynes is untrue, according to Janine Haynes. And today we have an opportunity to learn the truth. Please welcome Senator Janine Haynes. Welcome to the show, Janine.
Thank you. You'll be pleased to know I never, ever intended to be Bert Newton.
Didn't you? Not at any stage of the game?
No, mind you, I didn't ever intend to be a politician either, so
How did
who knows, I could have turned into you.
Yeah. How did politics come into your life then?
By accident, like most things do.
A good accident or a nasty accident?
Well, I think you'd have to ask the electorate.
For you, I mean,
they probably think it was a bad accident. I enjoy what I do and I like it very much.
So what really caused it though? What was the...
A car accident.
Yeah.
Somebody ran into the back of me when I was trying to do some master's work and I couldn't do that, so I got involved with some political meetings and I thought, well, why not? So I did what I always do. After about 2 months I was branch president, then I was on the state council, then I was on a Senate ticket and went from there.
Were you inspired like a lot of the Democrats?
No politician is inspired. Depressed, yes.
Never
Inspired, no.
Well, did you like the work? Did you like the cut of the jib of Don Chip?
Yes, and I like the cut and the thrust of politics.
Mm. Is it difficult for a woman in politics in 1989? More difficult than for a man?
Well, I don't know. I've never been a man in politics.
No, but by observation, though.
In a way, they don't get asked the same questions, but because nobody says to them, do you go home at weekends and cook casseroles and put them in the freezer so the family can eat in the week that you're away?
Do you, by the way?
No. But then I never did it before I went into politics either, you see. But on the other hand, I'd have to say being a woman has been an advantage because they notice you more. Well, they notice me more.
Yeah.
I'm noisy.
Especially in recent times, it just seems to me, and I could be very wrong here, Janine, but it just seems that there's a bit of a glamour job being done on Janine Haynes. Is that a fair enough comment?
Well, yes, people decided that I had to shake off this schoolmarmishness and they said, you know, will you take your glasses off for us? I suppose I should be grateful that's all they wanted me to take off, but will you take your glasses off and let us photograph you if we promise to put you in very expensive George Gross and Harry Hoo clothes? Now, look, who's going to say no to that?
Sure.
Except perhaps Andrew Peacock.
Yes, or myself. I wouldn't be particularly interested. Well, he's wearing them already, isn't he? I mean, that's the thing. Early in the piece with yourself, here's a photograph of Janine Haynes.
Do I have to look at this?
Well, you don't have to look. We're going to have a look, though. At, I think it's about circa 15, maybe 20 years ago. Looks remarkably like me, actually, looking at the monitor. There it is.
It's more like 1533, actually.
And now, all of a sudden, we come through to the new... I mean, in anyone's language, that is a very glamorous pose.
Well, the clothes did it, actually.
Well, is it important to have an image in politics, particularly if one is going for the lower house?
Well, people give you an image, whether you like it or not, I guess, and they take things that you say or they think you said and turn you into a school mum or something out of Penthouse, which is what that rather looks like. And you sort of live with that. But by and large, when you're dealing with the electorate, they know you for what you are. You turn up on their front doorstep and say, I'm me, and they say, go away. basically.
Janine, this is a big gamble going for the lower house. I know that the figures look good already, but you've already declared as a party the person who is going to replace you in the Senate. So those people who criticised you and said, oh, she's going to go back to the Senate if she doesn't win, that door is no longer open for you, so it's make or break, isn't it?
That's absolutely right. I don't like playing the electorate for idiots. I don't like going in there and saying, look, if you don't think enough of me to elect me as your representative, then I'm going to run back to the safety net of the Senate. I think that's not proper. It's something that no politician should do. So it is make or break, and if I lose, well, I don't know what I'll do, really. Try to be a real person again, find reality.
Is it hard to be a real person in politics?
Well, I try not to become an unreal person, but you do have to work at it. I mean, you're in this rarefied atmosphere, and it's worse inside the new Parliament House, which is sort of a great palace. You think you're in the Kremlin or somewhere. And the old place, at least, was so basic. It was falling down. You had to go out of your office for absolutely every basic need you had, and a few of the non-basic ones as well. And, you know, you were very much in touch with reality then. But now you're in this palace. I mean, my office is bigger than my home unit in Queanbeyan, which is where I stay. I'd like to sleep overnight there. I mean, it's
Do you ever sleep overnight there?
No, I don't sleep very much at all, actually.
Yeah. Because of the job?
Well, 5 or 6 hours is the sort of limit that you have.
Leader of the party, obviously with ambitions to get more power for the party because you believe in it. The leaders that you're up against, just in a line, what do you think of them? Bob Hawke?
Do I have to?
Yeah.
Well, he's a very good Conservative Prime Minister.
Andrew
So is
Peacock?
Margaret Thatcher. Andrew's been there and done that, and whether he'll come out of the next election as a winner or lose is hard to say. I admired the way he performed during the '84 election, when he campaigned with enormous dignity
and
from well behind, and almost won. They talk about soufflés not rising again, but who knows?
John Howard?
John Howard I had more time for than a lot of other people did. He was a man who didn't pretend to be anything other than what he was, and I think there ought to be more of that in Australian politics. If we stop with the image, if we stop with the pouting and the pretending, and we just become real people, maybe we'll get better politicians.
Just finally, Janine, do you think one of the major problems for the Democrats is that you're allowed to vote by conscience? And surely then you can't always have a unified party and people see that as a real crack in the wall?
Well, that, of course, is the way the American system operates. It's why they can have 2 political parties and get away with it without an adversarial situation.
Yeah, but you're working, of course, in the Westminster system, aren't you?
But I would like to see... Well, the Westminster system was never intended to be adversarial, and it was never intended to be a 2-party system. I mean, it's intended to be a multi-house system and an accountable system and a democratic system, but nobody ever said party discipline has to apply, and in fact it's a very recent phenomenon even in Britain.
Yeah, I guess what I'm saying really, if you want the ultimate for the Australian Democrats, do you think perhaps you'll need to lean toward the major parties and their thinking?
What I want is the ultimate for the electorate, and that is for each person out there who's voted to know that their Member of Parliament will put them first.
Well, I like the new Janine Haynes, I like the old one too. Thanks for being on the show.
Thank you very much.
Senator Janine Haynes. And if you don't believe this show offers you variety, let me tell you our next guest is actor Max Fairchild, who makes Jacko look like Shirley Temple. We're back with you after this break. Special queuing. Have all stations joined us now? Relays, please resume our program, which I've always wanted to say. My next guest's biography just about says it all. He drives, he shoots, he fights, he rides, he smokes, he drinks, he walks, he talks. Ladies and gentlemen, meet me. No, this man can act too. But a word of warning. If you've seen this man on movies before, or in miniseries, you'll realise he's a pretty rugged boy. So welcome along to the ride as we meet Max Fairchild. God or Mother Nature gave you the right head to be a heavy in mini-series and movies.
Not many people get paid for looking this ugly.
No, but it's true. I mean, this is what Max has based his career on. You're just back from Hong Kong. What were you doing there, Max?
New television series for Yorkshire. It's a police series being shot in Hong Kong on 35mm film.
You seem very happy about it.
Well, when you go from Melbourne where it's 2 degrees to Hong Kong where it's 35 and 85% humidity and they drop you outside one of their street-side butcher shops and they're giving the old pig the once over with a machete, it's not good for you, Bert.
No, I can imagine. How did you get into the caper?
Len Thompson had a bit to do with it, actually.
The footballer?
Yeah.
In what way?
Oh, years ago he was on IMT.
So was I.
With Graham Kennedy.
Yeah, I did quite a few myself.
Yeah, and there was a fellow called Fred Hebert out here from New York. Yes. They were casting a play called Promises, Promises. Mm-hmm. And I walked in off the street and auditioned and they gave me a job as a principal.
Playing what?
I was actually the heroine's brother, the protective brother. And they wanted someone like Len, you see.
Yes.
And they put a photo of Fred and Len in the paper as a tease.
And you got the role?
Yeah.
And ever since, you've enjoyed the work, obviously?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's great. Meet some interesting people.
Yeah, I mean, you're not the prototype actor, are you? Actors, sometimes, you can pick an actor a mile off, but with yourself, you could be almost anything in life, I guess with the exception of a nun. But
I was a nun once.
Were you really?
Yes. Not for long. I couldn't get into the habit.
I see. Oh, yeah. Also, Mark
Sorry, Bert.
He's a comic too, right? Max, you're also the founder of a most unusual club. Tell us about that.
Oh, you mean the underwater ferret wrestlers?
Yes, I want to know more about the underwater ferret wrestlers.
Yeah, oh, it's something that started at the Sea Lake of Stedford about 20 years ago.
The Sea Lake of Stedford?
Yeah.
What's that?
I don't know. That'll do.
Yeah. So what is the Underwater Ferrets Wrestling Association?
Actually, you're fast qualifying. It's just a group of blokes who get together from time to time and tell lies.
Oh, my God, I could be president. Well, how does an underwater ferret wrestler recognise another underwater ferret wrestler?
No one else understands the word they're talking about.
Ah, so that's
They normally talk in rhyming slang, you know, the bag of yeast and the currant bun got in the jam jar and went down the frog and toad to the rubbity-dub and had a couple of pancakes with their china plates. That sort of thing.
You know a dear actor friend of mine called Frank Rich?
Yes.
Frank would love to hear that because there's very little Jack around these days, Jack slang. Jack Lang, I'm sorry, the slang. Just do some more for us.
Well, actually, when I was in Hong Kong, an American gentleman who owns a radio station has taken a tape back of that sort of thing, and he wants to try and syndicate it, actually, for commercial purposes.
Yeah. Just do some more for us.
Oh, you could tell a story about the bag of yeast and the currant bun got into the left jab and went down the frog and toad to get some St. Louis blues.
Yeah, the priest and the nun got into a taxi to get some booze.
No, St. Louis blues shoes.
Oh, shoes, I mean.
Yeah. As the left...
Father and sister, please forgive me. I'm really sorry.
And as the left jab went down the frog and toad...
As the cab went down the road...
Yeah, it hit a hollow log.
It hit a
hollow log.
A dog.
Yeah, and it was roses red.
It was dead.
Yeah, one captain told you that.
Pardon?
One captain.
One captain. Oh, one captain cooked one look, yes.
Correct.
That, yes.
Yes. And excuse me, I'm a bit on the move and rose under the Warwick Farms. I've got to go and have a tour own power.
Yes, we all understand that. What about the future? This mini-series which you've just finished, I believe was very, very successful for you. What's the ultimate for you, Max? What would you like to do? Because, and I mean this in the nicest possible way, you're such an individual, you'd have to be cast very carefully, wouldn't you?
Well, I've done 2 or 3 jobs that I've been really pleased with. One was Lenny in Of Mice and Men at the Melbourne Theatre Company, which was Ray Lawler's first directing job back in Australia.
Tell us about the rabbits, George.
Correct. Yeah, fantastic role. And that was like a big man's Hamlet. We did great business in that. And another role I did a couple of years ago with James Coburn in Death of a Soldier, which is Leonsky.
The brown outsiders.
Yeah, in which I played an American officer. And I think as an actor you probably get 3 or 4 shots at the title, as they call it, in your time. And I've probably got a couple to go, so we'll see what happens. OK, well, good luck with the club. Good luck with your acting career. Because you're such a good-looking
man,
fella.
a good-looking bloke, and bulky and obviously very, very strong. I'm trying to regain some ground that I lost a couple of weeks ago. I had an arm wrestle on the show
with a girl.
Yeah, did you see it?
I heard about it.
Did you?
Yeah, they rang me in Hong Kong. Said Bert was beaten by a girl. I said, yeah.
Would be the first time, Max. Would be the first time. You've met Paddy, haven't you? Anyway, just have a look at this instant replay of what happened a couple of weeks ago. Here we go. Best out of 3.
1, 2, 3.
Come on, Bert.
I can tell you now, Max. Even though she wouldn't have wanted it that way, I still believe that women should be on a pedestal, so I lay down. And I wasn't really trying that. I'm just wondering whether you'd like to have a go. As I say, I want to sort of regain some ground. Would you be in it with me? I mean, because you're a pretty rugged guy, and if I were to...
What do you want, Bert?
Beg pardon?
What do you want?
Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays and Fridays, every day, 12 o'clock. Round here, and that's only water, by the way, Max. Down here, and see if we can achieve anything here. OK, round this away?
That's right.
I think that'll be OK, yeah, sure. Now, you don't even know how to do it. Arm there, elbow there, right. Now, which way are you going?
Whichever way... How much is in this for me, boys?
Right. 1, on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Come on, man!
Hey, hang on, wait. Hang on 1 second. I'd like to address my studio audience. You're in here on the grata, you haven't paid a cent to put your bums on those seats and watch a very good show, and you're calling out, come on, Max, come on, Max. We shall try again. Here we go, Max. And I'm going to be serious this time too, mate. 1, 2... Relax. 3. Good effort, Max. Great to see you. Max Fairchild, ladies and gentlemen. We'll take a break. Matter of fact, Max, whilst I have some first aid treatment during this commercial break, you'd be interested in our next guest. She's a Russian lady who's over here to look at the average male Australian. OK?
We'd be a good double.
You'd be a... Well, we'll see that double after this break. We're back with you soon. Welcome back. Just ahead of meeting our next guest on the show. Incidentally, if you've just tuned in, I'd like you, particularly members of the press, I'd like you to meet my new manager, Mr. Max Fairchild, who is with us today. Max will be sitting beside me on every show now, just to look after my interests, as it were. That right, Mr. Fairchild?
Correct, what?
Good on you. You like Carolyn Gilmer?
I do, she's great.
She's a great singer, and she's on the show today. Matter of fact, there's no similarity. No, just a little joke for Caroline there, or for Max. Caroline Gilmer's got a beautiful song to sing for you today. She's going to dedicate it to Max. It's called The Glory of Love.
You've got to give a little, take a little, and let your poor heart break a little. That's the story of, that's the glory of love. Laugh a little, cry a little, until the clouds roll by a little. That's the story, that's the glory of love. Each other's arms, You've got to win a little, lose a little. Yes, and the worst have the blues a little. That's the story. That's the glory of love. That's the story of, that's the glory of
Just beautiful. Beautiful. It's always a good feeling when I know Carolyn's going to be on the show, and just great to hear that talent. Carolyn Gilmer and the Glory of Love. Well, are Australian men really male chauvinistic pigs? My next guest is currently here in Australia to find out just that. Please welcome Marina Moscovina. Welcome to Australia and welcome to the show. Now, you're a member of the Soviet Women's Committee.
Yes, you're right.
Yeah, and you're here to have a look at the Australian male. You'll have to try and forget the Australian male who's sitting beside you. I'm not too sure whether he is the prime example of what you've seen so far. So, what have you seen so far?
You know, I just using my chance, you know, to see what is going here in this country, because in our country we say it's better to see once than to listen hundreds. So we just spent here a few days, you know, and so many people, so many men really, you know, because I work for whole my life, you know, among the women, so it's very pretty to be acquainted with the men, at least in your country.
Mm-hmm. So what's the reason to do this, though?
You know, this is really an exchange visit. You know, this is just the time, you know, when we develop our contacts with other countries, and even if to speak about the women's exchange, you know. And we received guests yesterday who participated in our bilateral seminar, all together with some other women from Pacific Ocean and Middle Asian countries. And now this is the time for us to come here. And here is according to the invitation of a number of women parliamentarians of your country and a number of public organizations.
Mm-hmm. How long are you here for?
You know, for 10 days, the whole visit. You know, we spent a few days in Sydney and now the second day here in Melbourne.
Before you came to Australia, what sort of dreams did you have about this country? What did you expect to find?
You know, Bert, you know, your question is not to me, because, you know, I'm a specialist of your country, if it's possible to say. You know, I dealt with women's organization of your country really for 17 years. You know, sometimes, excuse me, you know, I may correct your people, you know, when they gave me some statistics about your country.
What about the average Russian? Does he know very much about Australia?
Yes, quite a lot. Quite a lot. You know, even the children, you know, they know that kangaroo you'll see only here, koala, you know, are only here, you know, you have the best zoo park, you know, the best weather, you know, so we know quite a lot.
But they don't expect kangaroos to be jumping down the main street of our cities, though.
Yes.
They don't expect that,
No,
do they?
no.
What about the Russian male? Is he a chauvinist?
It depends. It depends, you know. I had 2 marriages, you know. My first Russian husband, you know, was a chauvinist. I changed him, you know. So now I had the second, you know, who is much better. But we'll see.
Is the divorce rate, which is something you don't think of for some reason with the Soviet Union, is the divorce rate very high in Russia?
It is, you know, and in the majority of divorces, you know, women are the initiators of the divorce.
How come?
So
what
we are not
they want to rid themselves of the chauvinist?
Yes, yes.
And is
we're
it
not
very easy?
satisfied.
Is it easy?
It is easy, it is quite easy. You know, but there is one thing, you know, which we're not satisfied with our men, you know. They're less educated comparing to the women, you know.
Why is this?
Yes, you know, women make up 62% of all the specialists with higher education and secondary education in our country.
But why is this?
Why is this? I think we're more capable.
I can't speak on behalf of Russian men, but do you feel the same way about the Australian males and females from what you've seen?
Yes, you know that the majority of the students of the university, even in your country, are women.
Yes, but you see, most of the men are out working so they can provide the money so they can go to the uniform. Or is that too chauvinistic?
I think now, the most important, problem for us not to be equal with you, if to speak about the leadership in your country and in our country too, just, to promote you, to give birth to the children, and then we'll win the position.
So it's a war, is it?
Absolutely.
Marina, behind the Iron Curtain, as we seem to continue to say, has life changed very much in the last 10 years?
Yes, of course.
In what ways?
Indifferent. Even, if 2 years ago you asked me such questions, if there is a male chauvinism in your country, I say you're not. Of course not, but it is. You have to understand, if to speak seriously, that the new role of the women in the socialist society created quite a lot of new problems. And for some period in our time, we just didn't speak about it openly. And now we speak about it, and it helps us, to solve all these problems, But in order to understand our country now in the right way, you have to understand, that if any person is educated for quite a long period of time, not to speak directly about all his problems, it is impossible, to do it just one day when you're allowed to speak openly, When we say, that everybody now can speak about all the problems openly, everybody can, but not everybody can do it physically. You understand what I mean?
Yes, but Marina, what would happen if you really fell in love with Australia and you want to stay here? How difficult would that be for you, or would you have to defect?
Now really it is no problem. There is no problem, People are allowed now, to go abroad, and we don't fill in so many documents as it was previously, I'm traveling quite a lot abroad, so my last visit abroad was just a few months ago. But even this time, when I left our international airport in Moscow, at least, half of the documents, were dismissed to fill in. So it's very good. I think my only problem, I think there is no possibility for Australian men to be in love with me now.
Well, I don't know. If we got our still photographer, just over here for a second, if you would, just come in on camera and just get a little closer to Max, will you? I want one particular shot to be taken.
Just here or there?
Nice and close. Stay where you are. Nice and close. Right. Smiling into the camera. Put your arm around her, Max. Arm around. Right. Okay. Now, right into the camera. Yeah. Now, give her your look 32A. One more shot, please. Now, what I want you to do, Marina, I want you to send those shots to your husband and say, I've met this most wonderful Australian. Marina, thanks for being with us. Have a nice day here, won't you? We're back with you after this break, and Dr. David Smith joins us. Welcome back. There are those who would say my next guest has been the subject of bad press. I'd like you to welcome Wilma Wombat and her keeper, Dr. David Smith. She's a very big girl, is Wilma, isn't she?
She certainly is, yes.
How old is she?
She's very heavy, I can tell you. She's 3.
Is she?
She's a 3-year-old wombat, really kind of cute too.
Everyone in the audience went, oh, when they saw, well, I assume it was for Wilma, not for yourself, David, I still assume that. But why isn't the wombat a superstar?
It's very strange, isn't it? Because you can't imagine a jumbo jet with a wombat on the tail. It just doesn't happen that way. And yet everyone thinks they're cute and gorgeous, and in fact they are. This one's just, well, she's very docile for the minute. That's because I've got my arm around her. If I actually released my grip, she'd be heading off under the set there somewhere.
Are they dangerous?
No, no. I mean, they can give you a decent nip. She's very, very strong. Look at the huge claws.
Evidently quite a history with wombats in recorded history.
Yes, they go back a long, long way. There was one called Diprotodon, which is kind of her cousin, I suppose, distantly related cousin. These huge front teeth, and it was about 3 times the size of her. It would stand about 1 metre tall.
We're seeing it now.
Yeah, that's the present-day one, like Wilma in the foreground. In the background, there's this huge Diprotodon. Would have been quite a beast to come across in a barbecue in the bush, you know.
Exactly. Like the platypus, Do you think it's a case with the wombat that Mother Nature perhaps had a little bit of time off in getting them together? Because they don't seem to be sort of compact, do they?
I don't know, do you want to take a...
I'd love to have a nurse.
All right, sure, you can see how compact she really is. Now, you have to put your arm under her...
Yeah, I'll come
under her arms. Yeah, OK.
That might be easier.
She is very heavy.
Yep. No, I'm a strong boy.
I saw that, yes. We'd like to arm wrestle, Wilma. There you
Go. Oop.
Well, are you right?
Yes.
Arm underneath.
Yeah, underneath.
Underneath, that's right.
We're
Yep.
there.
Yep, that's it.
Okay.
Great.
It sort of has the
Well
same...
done.
I'm used to... It's got the same texture of the hair of Patty, sort of. It's all that...
They have a very characteristic smell. Just have a little sniff of her fur. It's a very musky sort of smell.
It's not unpleasant,
No,
though.
it's very pleasant.
It's sort of like the leather department of David Jones.
I'm going to smell like that for the next week, and I hate to mention that you probably will too.
I won't wear the suit for a couple of days. What do they eat?
Oh, they eat leaves. There's a joke about
Television compares.
television compares. That's right. Yeah. Whoever made up that wombat joke?
Yeah.
They forage around for you know, small bits of foliage on the ground.
And what about predators?
Nothing really. I think we're probably the worst predator they face these days. You know, running over them with four-wheel drives and things like that. But mostly they're pretty much. The greatest threat they face is not being able to find food, which in winter can be a bit of a hassle. Up in the snow country, of course, the snow covers over the mountain tops, and they live quite high up at Mount Hotham, places like that.
I understand you had a holiday recently in the snow.
I
with a
did,
wombat.
yes. Oh, a little while ago we were filming wombats in the snow, and I took two little ones up to the snow in a Toyota four-wheel drive. We lived in the Toyota for a week up there filming them, and there they were cavorting in the snow. They're absolutely gorgeous animals. Two cute little things about this size. Followed me around like puppies the whole time.
What lifespan, David?
They live to about 15, 20, I guess, depending on the conditions, whether they're in the wild or not.
And completely friendly? I mean, this is not just because this one has been around.
They can get
Human
feisty.
things,
Some of them, they've got personalities like people, I guess, and some of them can be sort of grumpy ones, and they're a bit of a worry. If they decide to go out of the room, they'll go out, like sometimes even through
Without
the wall.
even asking?
No, through the wall. I've seen one go straight out through a fibro cement wall and leave a hole in the wall. That was it. I mean, it just decided it was going to move, and it moved.
Yeah.
And there's not much you can do to stop them.
Is this about as big as they get these days?
Oh, a little bit bigger than that. That's almost fully grown.
It's hard for me to judge because I'm very bad on weights. What weight would she
She's
be?
about 20-odd kilograms, I guess.
In the old language, what's
25. Probably 5 or 6 stone. Yeah.
Wow.
So she's a good, solid lady. You can see a pouch, actually. They've got a little pouch in the front where they put their little ones. I don't see that, but there's a little pouch there where the young ones live. Yeah. It's because they're a marsupial. They have this little pouch that they can store the young ones in until they're big enough to look after themselves.
Well, she's absolutely gorgeous. Where does she live?
She's come from the Hillsville Sanctuary. Our friends at the Hillsville Sanctuary
good on
brought her
them.
down today, and obviously she's incredibly well looked after. She's probably the best groomed wombat in the country.
Well, she looks lovely. Great to meet her, and always nice to see you, David. Thanks a lot.
Thank
Dr.
you.
David Smith and Wilma. And after this break, another lovely marsupial for you to meet. Marty Rose is going to join us. We just showed Wilma to members of our studio audience, and they were delighted by her.
So was she.
Yes, lovely creatures. Okay, now she's your pet. Here's my pet at Centre State. Hang on a sec, the piano's not it. You're doing this without piano? This is a very, very big day. Michael Jackson, you tear your hair up because we have got Marty Rose without the piano to sing Superstition, and this is going to be a bottler. Goodbye, Wilma, and hello, Marty.
Very superstitious, writings on the wall. Very superstitious, ladders about to fall. 13-month-old baby, open looking glass. Oh, Saint Isabella. The good things in the past. Oh, when you believe in things that you don't understand, and you discover superstitious things.
Rose and Superstition. Beautifully done, Marty. Lovely. And you look terrific even without... What a bad piece of luck, though. Such a smoggy day.
It
eh?
is. Yes,
Had to
Melbourne
choose.
weather.
Yeah.
Oh, hello.
Good on you, mate. Marty Rose, and we're back with you after this break. Well, it's really rolling in now. Hope you've enjoyed. The weather is not all that good in Melbourne, I must admit to you. Smog has just descended upon the city. We've left the door open and you can see the result. Anyway, tomorrow on the show, Sir Harry Seacombe is going to join us. James Whittaker is going to report from London. Peter Ford is going to tell you all about the local showbiz news. And also Al Stein is going to join us to sing, and also we'll find out whether Al's been married in the last couple of weeks. Also on the show tomorrow, we welcome the phones. If you've just tuned in, the fault is not in your set. Hope you've enjoyed the program today. It's been really a mixed bag, if you'll pardon the expression, madam. I hope that we'll have your company at the same time tomorrow at 12 o'clock right around Australia. The great Bert, come over here and enjoy some fog with me, if we can find the great Bert. Just come over yonder, mate. Here he comes. Just settle beside me. What did you think of the wombat?
I loved it.
Did you love it?
Yeah, it's fabulous.
Would you like to take it home?
Why, has it carked it, has it?
No, it hasn't. It's still living. What do you think of all the smoke and stuff? Isn't it fun?
It's just like home.
Yeah. Okay, well, we'll see you tomorrow.
God willing.
Okay, we'll see you tomorrow. And hope to see you tomorrow, too, on the 7 Network around Australia. Goodbye, and fog bless you. God bless you.
When in Melbourne, our guests stay at the Hilton on the Park. This has been a Jim McKay production for the Australian Television Network.